out into a blinding light, leaving behind a strange new form of energy. The mysterious substance was highly unstable, but through trial and error, we began to gain control over it. We used it to enhance our food, our tools, and even life.
Welcome to Albion TV presents the AO Daily Show, your source of real news in an unreal world, keeping you up to date on the latest news, events, and the great community of Albion Online. Today is Thursday, the 21st of November, and I am your host, Shozen, and with me today is my co-host, Bogul. Bogul, tell me what you got on the show for us today, because I'm pretty sure it's exciting and it's all about the market.
Yes, sir. It is Market Watch Thursday, the day where we spend some time looking at the economic topics of Albion as they present themselves. We do have a little bit of a market watch for you. We look at gold. We look at the last auction week. We look at a little bit of Avalonia Energy and some more things, maybe labor contracts, and I can give you a tiny bit of a update on this roundtable discussion thingy about the Albion economy, but I can't really. But that's at the end of the show.
Okay, good to know. Do we have any news, PSAs, anything important we need to tell the folks, the good folks watching?
Well, there is some community news, but we might have time to talk about this in overtime, because it's not quite official, if you know what I mean. But in terms of official news, there is just our little reminder that we have a emote contest running for this very stream, that we recently added the Albion raffle emote from Mr. Dran68, and we can announce that he should have received his 30-day premium prize.
He did. I talked to him. He got it. He's good. He's a winner. He's happy. Dran68, I believe. Yeah, he's a big winner. He got the big prize, and congrats to him. Yeah, he's confirming right there in chat. He can confirm the emote contest is not, in fact, a scam.
Nice.
But
okay.
I'm going to say that signing up for, like, subscribing to us kind of is, because all you get is a couple of pretty pictures to spam in chat when everything else is free. So, like, it's like when I bought, Twitch Turbo thinking it would remove the ads. Doesn't do anything. Sign up now.
Okay, so then if it's Thursday, let's get to it, or
Yeah.
do you have...
No, what we do on Thursday, every Thursday, Bogle, if I'm looking at the notes correctly, the very first thing on the notes is gold price development. And for the first time in a while, we can say something other than gold is yellow.
Meaning that it didn't change at all, right?
Yeah.
In the past. And now we have a development to report. We saw that about 4 weeks ago, gold was still at about 3,650. Today, it came down to almost an average of 3,160. So that's a drop of 500 silver per gold. However, the current buy and sell prices are about 3,200 something-ish.
Oh.
So it's a little uptick again.
Bogle, these are the kinds of fluctuations you can make money on the market with. Oh, boy.
If you're brave,
Shoot. No, I'm not getting back in on that roller coaster. Let's not do that. That's riding the dragon in a way I don't need to do. I am currently invested in silver, heavily invested in silver. I just have a giant ball of silver. I have very little gold at the moment. Usually, for the longest...
Much is a giant ball?
I don't know without logging in, but it's millions and millions of silver. It's not like your millions and millions of silver. I have roughly a few millions and millions of silver.
You have roughly a few million silver. All right. Okay, so we cleared that up.
I have roughly millions and millions, but not
Sure.
enough to buy like a year of premium or anything like that. I have approximately more than 1 millions.
Yeah. Also, the thing about making money in this market when everything goes down, I think, is a lie, right? Just to be cautionary here, because
Prices are going up and silver is going down. That means like we have a weird issue right now is the actual value of it's not even resources that's going up. It's the finished goods seem to be going up, but not like resources. Have you seen something different? Can you say differently and tell me I'm wrong?
No, I was curious if you have any reason as to why this development is happening like it is.
Scarcity.
Do you have to see any?
This is yeah,
Scarcity.
this is a clear evidence of scarcity. What has happened is that more things are getting destroyed. As Blink USMC just mentioned right there in chat, that the invasions, having more of them, will be the ultimate silver sink. But what we've noticed already is that we're having more activity. Bogul, what did we look at yesterday? We looked at how much the activity in GVGs, which we thought were going to subside some, right, was actually on par or greater than what we saw 4 months ago or 5 months ago now. It's really, that was surprising. What is also more is if you look at like just standard ZVZ action is actually kind of picked up. And what we're seeing, I believe, is that the active player base is being more active in dying and repairing and buying goods, but the crafters aren't picking up that turn, or they have found finally a way to take advantage of it. Like if they are now finally getting their money back for the first time, that would be great. But I don't think that's the case. I think that we're just seeing I don't think we're going to see the catch up yet. I think what we're seeing is like just too much is getting, broken and people aren't catching up yet. I think the guilds themselves, the large guilds, aren't seeing this. They won't notice it because they, make their own stuff and they have the people who are doing it. But those red zone players are going to start noticing it. The people who buy their stuff.
I think that we see some of the effects of the recent silver sink balance taking some effect. This should be post speculation period now. It seems like that not only transmutation, but maybe some of the increased repair costs are showing some sort of reaction on the market. And I don't quite know where this will go, and I don't dare to predict anything. I can just report that it has been going down a little bit over the last 4 weeks, and that brings the 1 month premium to 8,150,000 silver, and the 12 months to about 62 million silver as a rough guide post, I think is the word. Yes.
Okay. What I just read in chat was Funstealer, one of the what do you call it? Like the guy who gears everybody up. What do we call it in Vendetta? Quartermaster. He's basically the quartermaster of conflict, and he has to do a lot of repairing. He's saying spending 5 million silver a day in repair costs.
I am also still transmuting some higher tier resources because the cost to transmute it upwards versus the market prices is still in some cases cheaper than just buying it straight from the market. So I think we might have more silver exiting the game than we could imagine, but that's just a rough feeling and not based on anything proven or math or anything. It's just feelings.
Yeah, we've talked about that. Well, we talked about feelings a little bit before, and how, honestly, I'm going to tell you that in some situations when it comes to the market, your feelings are sometimes more important than the math. Because when we have such a small market like this, math can lead you to believe one thing is going to happen. But because it's such a small market, it can change and fluctuate so quickly based on changes in the game. And sometimes you just have to have feelings about the way you think the game is going to go, and then the math will catch up. And that's kind of what I see going on with the market now. We kind of said, when you start putting in these silver sinks, it's going to take time for them to catch up. And like I said, it's not just the one of the repairs. It's the changing towards CVZs. It's the activity levels. It's the ones that are going to get me are when we have the new Outworld or Outlands. And we have a completely new redistribution of resources. I have no idea how that's going to impact the game, Bogul. That's the one where I go, ooh, I just don't know. Like, I anticipate a lot of silver coming out of the market right away due to the hideouts, right? We expect that. That can be expected. We expect a lot of silver to drop out of the market due to repairs and costs associated with ZVZ and the influx of markets into the black market once ZVZ kicks up and we see an increase in those per day. But I can't, and I can predict how that will affect the market. I can have ideas in my head how I think that's going to affect the market. But changes in distribution towards resources that's too much for me to figure out. And I don't know how that's going to really affect the market. Now, Funstealer, one of the more knowledgeable players, is in chat right now and saying that the hideouts won't cost that much. I think he's right in the idea to initially place them, but it's not the placing them that I think is going to be the silver sink. Upgrading them is going to be the silver sink. I think the process of upgrading them multiple times with the cost increasing each time will act very much like our islands do. The islands are a great silver sink. The problem with islands is that once you have them, they're gone. You never have to pay for them again as far as silver sinks. You never have to buy more islands. If you want to keep expanding your empire, yes, but then eventually you come to the saturation point, and you can't really work more islands. But with the hideouts, when you see a guild that may have like 7 or 8 tier 3 or greater hideouts, that's where you start to see the silver sink. When you start to see the fact that they're destroyed over and over again, you have to rebring them back up, that would be a silver sink. That'd also be a stone sink. When that starts to happen, when it starts to pull the energy out of the market, that's when we'll see a silver sink.
Yeah, we don't know the numbers yet, right? So I am a little bit more cautious in that assumption. So I don't see the hideouts as much in terms of silver sinks, but mostly because we just don't know.
Right, yeah, it's hard to...
It's possible, I agree, but we have to wait and see. Talking about buildings and plots, though, one thing I wanted to bring up briefly, since it's Thursday, it has been another auction week that we sort of missed to talk about last time. Usually we do a little bit of a reminder that this is about to happen and everybody shouldn't forget, to check out plots and stuff.
But we didn't tell anybody.
But that was last week. No,
we didn't.
And it just
yeah. We probably should have told
And I
people.
just have a very, very brief note on that. Based on my observation, it is still the ongoing trend that some of the prices, especially for the plots in Carleon that have, in historic terms, been the highest, have been going down in terms of the auctions still. That said, there is a bunch of plots in the outer rings of Carleon that are not selling immediately with a price tag of 40 million silver, which is very different from a few months ago still. That trend may continue, I think, for a few more months even, until we sort of know what will happen with Carleon. Because a lot of people are worried about SBI taking away the portal from Carleon to the Outlands. And that creates a lot of uncertainty as to whether, Carleon will get a sort of buff later down the line, or how long it will take until Carleon is quote unquote, worth it again, or whether or not it even is less valuable.
Right.
Maybe the black market itself provides enough value to Carleon which is what I think, to keep it a very valuable location for crafting. But that said, the prices, at least for the plots, are still adjusting. It's still, between 10 and 30 million to defend a plot once you own one a month. When you look at the royal cities, however, it's a little different picture. And at least for the sales of the plots there, it's a little bit higher. So some of the lower sale amounts for the plots in, I don't know, Thetford or Limehurst are sort of around 60 million silver-ish, sometimes a tiny bit lower, sometimes higher. So it seems like in terms of plot value, the royals are valued a tiny bit more. But personally, I think it's fairly equal. 10, 20 million for a plot is not too much in terms of difference for the sale. And it's an interesting development for sure. I would almost go as far as to say that the prices are sort of equal, including Carleon.
Really? Is that what you're like? Because
it's about to either hit that level or cross it soon, or it already has moved past it. It's fluctuating right around that price point, and it's not super clear. One thing I'm missing is data on how profitable the plots in the royal cities are. So I can't compare it too much, but just based on the price of the auctions, it is somewhat equal, but changing.
it looks like, from what I can tell, when I'm going to Limehurst, I just see a much higher cost in Limehurst than in Carleon right now. Like 40 mil for Carleon, 70, 85 for Limehurst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm seeing more people in Limehurst.
I think that's speculation, but also influenced because people don't know yet what's happening to Carleon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Like, nobody knows what's going on.
And I think that's our little update in regards to the auction week. It's over. It's done. Yeah, still stuff for sale. So there's no super monopolies. If you really can fork out the cash, you can find a thing somewhere. And if you are selling stuff to the black markets exclusively, then Carleon is becoming more and more attractive for that specific niche of gameplay. But I wanted to bring up another thing that we had last week for the first time. Do you remember?
Yes. Avalonia Energy.
Yeah. Do you remember the price levels we had?
Last week, we were looking at some pretty high prices, weren't we, Bogul? Like, it was 20K or something like that? Something ridiculous?
Yes. We had the first day of trading just over. The Avalonian invasion started on Wednesday, just 24 hours before our show, more or less. And the trading started at about 20K and went down, however, in the first week of trading Avalonian Energy to 7-8K over the last 7 days. So it has seen a significant drop in value.
It's still going down. It is still going down. It's quite a trend, Bogul. We just saw 3 sell for 61, 69, so that's going down.
Yeah.
People are going to be able to
I also
afford
agree. I
those
think
mounts.
it will go down further. Mostly because I don't know when or if sort of the default of tools and food switches to the Avalonian one, if at all. Because at some point, the theoretic expectation is that you would, basically make all tools with Avalonian Energy if it's cheap enough, because they are just strictly better.
We're getting news that the mages, because one of the reasons like this has dropped is clearly because there's more of it available, right?
Yes, of course.
So they're saying the mages drop 600 of it at a time.
Mm-hmm.
That's
2 tier 8 tools, right? So it's all right. And then it also comes down to as when people think that that lizard thing is, or the Avalonian basilisk is worth getting. Because right now at 7K a piece, it's still almost 40 million to buy one of these. And that's, I think, too expensive still. but it's been going down. I assume it will continue to go down further because there is just a lot of energy coming in and there's not a lot of ways to get it out unless people figure out that, oh, all of the tools certainly are going to be Avalonian, which is going to be interesting.
What is energy under? What is the... Is it under other? No.
I think you can just search for Avalonia.
No, I can get that one, but what about regular energy?
Just search for siphoned.
Oh, siphoned.
Energy.
Yeah, that'll work better.
So yeah, I mean, the thing I wanted to bring up in that regard, I sort of hinted at it, is
I can't spell worth a damn.
Whether or not we, in the end, will have enough ways to get the Avalonian energy out of the system. And I'm not quite sure if dumping it all into tools and dumping it all into food will stabilize, or if it's just, a lot coming in over time, and where this will sort of stabilize over time. And I have to assume at some point that we would see other uses for it, because I don't know whether or not we have enough demand for this energy. I don't know if people disagree, but that's something I'm actually very curious about. If tools and food are enough to get rid of it, sort of.
Well, Funstealer's doing some quick math that there's about 58,000 energy entering the world a day. So
plus roaming mobs, yeah. So a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a lot, guys. That's gonna have an effect. That's gonna drop like a rock.
Yeah. Probably. I mean, right now, still to upgrade a tool or to get a Avalonian tool is still 2.2 million silver, which is pretty pricey. So I don't see tools being Avalonian per default yet. But it's still a thing that might happen, and that concerns me a little bit. But at the same time, I'm also fairly confident that if that's dropping too much, we'll just figure out ways to get rid of it in a different way. Yeah, that's that. Anything else you observed in terms of Avalonian energy or the plots?
The plots themselves?
No, the
town plots.
The previous topic.
Oh, no. What I'm looking at right now is seeing if anybody is actually buying the Avalonian tools. And you can see a little bit of a market in the last 7 days for the tools. And I mean, a very small market. We're talking about like maybe a dozen sold per. And no fishing poles went by the way. So I believe the only fishing pole is our fishing pole, right? Did we give away a fishing pole?
I mean, it's fairly safe to assume that people just buy the tool and upgrade and buy the energy and upgrade
themselves. But
yeah. Also, I see in Twitch chat, I see Pando Baron just saying hi. I wanted to mention that he saw Funstealer giving away some Avalonian tools in yesterday's show. And then he was like, well, I have some gathering sets and I would like to give them away too. So now we have to figure out a way to sort of give a whole tier 8 set away that includes a tier 8 gathering tool and a tier 8 gathering set. We won't do it during the AO Daily Show. We'll probably do it in overtime.
And I'm going to try to think of some place that's like out there that somebody's going to have to try to get to, because it's just too easy to find us, right? It's too easy.
Yeah.
You guys found us in like 45 seconds last time. That was just ridiculous. I'm not into that.
Yeah, so we will have 2 Avalonian tools and 2 same type gathering sets tier 8 to give away with that later on.
Yeah, we'll give away one today and hopefully one tomorrow. That's one thing I should probably mention that early in the show, guys. If anybody wants to do an interview with me tonight, I'm free, because tomorrow I don't think we're going to have a show unless somebody gets interviewed. Bogul's going to be doing some other things tomorrow, right? Like, I don't know if we can even talk about what Bogul's doing. It turns out it's a big secret.
I mean, it's not really, since we talked about it last week, right? And we spent like a whole show on it last week. I sort of mentioned that there is a small size roundtable discussion about the economy of Albion planned. Last Thursday, I said it's going to be one day later, last Friday. Right after the show, I got a message which is like, well, actually, the date is like a week later. So that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, maybe don't talk about it.
Yeah, they told you not to talk about it. And what are you doing right now?
Well, I think a bunch of it literally happened that I got a bunch of messages. It's like,
Yeah.
So I heard about this economy talk, right? And I think I should be in this.
By the way, that's
But I
how
have a bunch of
Bogul
things.
talks about all of you when you guys aren't paying attention. He uses that voice no matter who you are. That's the voice he uses whenever he says he's talked to another player.
So maybe that was the reason why I got told not to. Because too many people messaged, the community managers and were like, hey, me too, please. Okay, hello. But since I talked about it last week and we strive for as much transparency as possible.
We're almost as transparent as the Trump White House. Like, we're trying. We're also working on draining the swamp. And so I'm going to hire Sorab and Snacksword to come work for us.
Not on my watch, sir.
Okay.
That said, I will still try to get some sort of reporting out of this. I will still try to pester some of the community managers and ask what I can say.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not going to be today,
No.
as some of you might have expected. I'm sorry. But I will see what I can do. And that's, I think, all I can say.
Yeah, I think that was pretty good. I wanted to get that out because I was looking at the time and I was concerned we weren't going to get that on the live show. But we do have one more topic to talk about, Bogul. And this was, I did leave this to the end because I was like, this isn't, Bogul, how many laborers have sold in the last, I don't know, since laborers have been for sale? Are you raking in the money?
What? No, I buy them. That's different.
So you bought all 50 of them?
Yes. So 3 weeks ago, we saw the laborer contracts being introduced into Albion, where now you can pick up laborers that previously were sort of fixed to the house or the guild hall that they were placed in. And they sort of turned into a furniture item that you can carry around and put somewhere else, or even put on the market. And if you check the market, the sales volume has been pretty low. What I saw is sort of 3 observations. One, the volume is in general pretty low, maybe between 50 or 150, maybe 200 sold per type, right? And this varies. The gathering laborers have very low volume. It's about 3 to 5 times less compared to the crafting laborers.
I freaking hate those laborers.
Some of the tier 8 ones seem to sort of go around 1 million. They're slightly below, depending on the type, which is the interesting price point, I think. With the exception for tier 8 mercenaries, which you could buy for like 160k, tier 8 ones, which tells us a bunch of how people value both mercenary laborers and laborers in general. It seems like not a lot of people are buying and selling these. I upgraded like 3-4 islands with tier 8 immediately, since I was like, oh, cool. I don't have to wait a week or a month rather. So I was happy, but not a lot of people are getting into that market yet. Yeah. Anything else for Mercs? No.
Hold on, I have a link to share. Apparently, it's a calculator.
Calculator.
Yeah.
I have that on my computer.
Well, it's an Albion. Oh my god! Nope. This has got too many lines of code in it, and all I see is code. I'm afraid I'm gonna break it. Not even. Nope. Too many lines of code, man. It's just code. I clicked on your link. It scared me. Now I'm worried I'm infected, Bogul.
Well, goodbye, Shozen.
Yeah.
Nice
Just click run. Ah, crap. I'm done. We're all hacked. I can't reshare that. I'm scared. It's
Right.
all right. I'm going to go hire some security specialists now. I'll be back in about 45 minutes. New and Nightstone got us. He's destroyed me. The show is over. It says right here, it says just click run at the top. It's not malicious code, I promise. Bogul, you want to try it? I'm going to give you the link.
No.
Come on. I'm copying the link. I'm sending it to Bogul.
I'm not opening it.
I'm going to send to Funstealer too. I'm going to send to Funstealer, see if Funstealer can figure it out.
I'm not clicking links by random Twitch people. Sorry.
Did you know there's 2 Funstealers?
Uh-oh. No?
This guy is like, what do you mean? It's malicious. This is how we have fun. I ain't clicking shit. I'm at work. See, I don't want to put this in the chat because then what if it is like there's something wrong with it? Then I get blamed for that, right?
Yeah, and then all that econ work of trying to amass silver just gets
it would be gone. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. He's gonna put that on the forums, the official forums, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then from there, people can I can link to the official forums, and then then it can go from there. I've already gotten, I don't know if, everybody's not aware of this. I've already been hacked once at this job and been DDoSed pretty severely for about a month. Gotta be really careful what I click on.
Good thing you realize after you click.
Oh, God, now Blink USMC is sending them to me in Discord. I'm surrounded by calculators. We're done.
Yeah. Stuff we can share is either through Discord if it's an official guild Discord, or usually what we can share is stuff to the official forums and Reddit, I suppose. Yeah. Talking about Reddit, there was nothing on Reddit today, right? Shozen.
Reddit?
Yeah.
Is there anything to read on
Reddit?
Anything to read on Reddit? I was there. No. I went through and I saw help me, I'm new. What guild do I join? I'm back for Albion. Is it good? Is game dead? Dead game. And then 17 posts on e-dating, but I didn't see anything new.
I think you forgot some ZVZ videos.
Oh, there were some ZVZ videos and how to make money in Albion. Quick tips. And PSA, don't. Just don't.
As a serious note, though, we aren't going to comment on ongoing matters, and we have to wait until stuff resolves. And once that's done, we can talk about it.
Why? Are there ongoing matters?
I think so, yeah.
I didn't see anything on Reddit. I just saw people, I didn't see nothing.
Okay. And with that, I won't be here tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow, because of the thing I said. I hope this thing is really happening tomorrow, so I won't be there. Mm-hmm. It's during the show.
Yep.
And you were trying to...
I'm trying to find an... Okay, yeah, so I guess that's something we should talk about. I'm trying to find an interview. If there's not an interview, I don't know what kind of shoe? I don't know what kind of shoe I'm going to wear tomorrow. Could just be me hanging out talking about, I could do fan fiction Fridays, Bogul. I could just read fan fiction.
So it's Shozen talking for half an hour about random Albion fracking related
No,
stories?
I would do some of my own fan fiction, of which is,
poetry?
It's real
Do we have
good. It's
poetry?
real
Shozen
freaking
poetry
good.
night?
My fan fiction is high level. But I was thinking I could bring in some other... so you're going to read Albion News 24. That was actually funny. But no, some of that stuff is accurate. Some of that stuff is good. But I like that. That was good. I could just read our own notes, Bogul, and call it fan fiction.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you have a interview, or if somebody wants to make a recording, then I guess message Shozen if you have time today, and then you can talk about intricacies.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Okay, we have a lot of people who we're gonna have to make a forum post. I'll go make one while we're down, maybe about calculators, and then people can post all their calculators there. Then I will post the forum link to the calculators. I'm not touching any of your calculators.
I think you should figure out who War Gods or Dynastia is, because that's the two top guilds in the season rankings. In the season rankings right now, War Gods in first place. Second place is Dynastia. And I think you should
Try to find them.
talk to somebody from them, if possible.
Wow, War Gods is really climbing up there. Congrats, man. Silver rank already. That would get you round table access 2 seasons ago.
But I think that might be it for the show today, right? We can take a tiny break.
Yeah, we're going to take a
and then
tiny
hop
break.
into
I'm going to
overtime.
go try to make a forum post. I'm going to say try. I'm old and forums scare me almost as much as online calculators. So we will see what I can do there. But I'll try to go get you guys a link, and we'll be back in like 4 minutes or something. And I'm going to give away another prize. Let me see. Let's see. Prizes right now. We'll do some raffling. Hold on.
Oh. I thought we don't do live raffles during the AO Daily Show, only before and after. And during overtime and during AO Live.
Huh? Well, I'm doing I'm canceling, like I did the pre one, which was the what do you call it? Like the early bird, and I drew it, and we already had a winner for that, and I announced it. I don't know if he messaged me or not. We will find out. But I wanted to Smite FN, I think that guy is yeah, Smite FN can win. He's good. And then Bull Gogi Burn has won. And I'm going to archive this one so that only people who are raffling while we are gone will get in it. Okay? So it's okay. I'm going to open one like right now. And this is for the OT people. Thank you guys for tuning in. You can check us Monday through Friday right here on twitch.tv/Albion Online. Tuesday through Thursday, an hour from then, not now, like a half hour from now at 19 UTC for Albion Live, where we do live GVGs. That's always fun. Lupak, Tazik, they join us. And later in, not right live, but later in the day, maybe even the next day, you can listen to us on SoundCloud. Or watch us on YouTube. And then you just have to type in YouTube, SoundCloud.com, either one, /AlbionTV, and you'll find your stuff. It's pretty cool. Nice. All right, we're going to end this. We'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until next time, stay classy, Albion.